The language experience approach is a learning strategy that promotes reading and writing through the use of an experience. This experience can either be in a group setting or a personal experience. Some group examples include preparing food, making cards, class projects, and field trips. With this, the whole class participates. After the experience, you must have a group discussion and include all learners. Generate some ideas on the board. Once you have some ideas, have the students write about what they experienced. The personal experience is a little different. With this one, it's one-on-one with the teacher. The teacher begins a discussion with the student that can be prompted by a picture, text, or an event that the learner has done before. The student will then give an oral response, and the teacher will write down what the child is saying and encourage them to expand their thinking. Using their personal experience, you focus on the content and not the form, which is the mechanics of writing the content down. As you can see, the language experience approach can be used in two ways. One, the student can write down their own thinking and work, or two, the student talks to the teacher and the teacher transcribes what the student is saying. When the teacher is transcribing for the student, an important thing to keep in mind is to use the exact language that the student is using. Write down word for word what they're saying. That way it is their ideas on the paper and not the teacher's. It is also very important for the student to be able to see what you are writing. That way they can continue with a fluid thought and not forget where they left off. Even when the student writes down their own thoughts, make sure to express that they should get their ideas on paper. Content over form is very important with this learning strategy. When using this approach with ELL students, you must take a few things into account. When using reading material as the experience, you need to think about if the material is at their reading level and if they'll be able to comprehend the material. It also must be of interest to the student, or they will not want to read it and it'll defeat the purpose of the experience. This learning strategy focuses on content because it forces students to practice the reading and writing skills. When you express content over form to them, they will get their words out on paper, which is the start of the writing process. Using this approach is a great way to teach the use of the writing process because editing is needed when they spew their ideas out on paper, and don't worry about form. Now let's see the language experience approach in action. The first example is using a group experience. The students will be participating in a nature walk and then writing and drawing about their experience. Keep in mind that this is catered to first grade students. The objective of the mini lesson is, after going on a nature walk, the learner will engage in writing a narrative to describe the experience they had by writing at least 3 sentences and drawing a matching picture. A way to enhance this activity and include reading is to read a story that relates to the content. Since the students are going on a nature walk, I recommend the book, We're Going on a Bear Hunt. The rhyming in the book makes it fun for kids to read, and it pertains to the topic of nature. You can even alter the song to go along with your nature walk. You can sing, we're going on a nature hunt. We're going to see a lot. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. But sing it in tune till we're going on a bear hunt. By adding in the reading of a book, you are including the reading skills element. You can even include other learning strategies while you're reading to enhance the lesson and to enhance the language experience approach. Okay, boys and girls, before we go on our adventure today, we have to figure out what we're going to be learning about. So I have this mystery box right here. Can everyone come up and feel inside and give me some guesses of what they think is in there? Teacher, that feels like a leaf inside to me. So, as many of you said, inside the box were items from nature, like a leaf, a pine cone, and some grass. We're now going to go on our nature walk since we are outside. As we walk around, look for different things in nature that interest you. Draw some pictures, write words on your paper, so you don't forget about what you saw when we go to write about it later. Now, let's sing our song that we did before. Ready? It's from our story, but we altered it. We're going on a nature hunt. We're going to see a lot. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Let's go for our walk class.
Wow, look at this garden. I see lots of vegetables, like lettuce and basil. I'm going to write vegetables on my paper so I can write about them later and not forget about what I saw on our nature walk. Look at this bush. It has lots of pink flowers on it. I really like pink flowers. Let me draw one on my paper for later so I don't forget about how pretty it was. Wow, this grass is really cool. I remember we were supposed to do something with nature, but I couldn't really understand the directions when the teacher was talking. Oh, look, the directions are on my paper for me since my English isn't so good. So now I know exactly what I'm doing and I can write about this awesome grass.
Okay, boys and girls, come on, it's time to go inside so we can do our work. Now that we are done with our nature hunt, let's write and draw about what we saw. Remember to focus on getting your ideas on paper and not about forming correct sentences. We will go back and revise our work later. If you need to draw a picture to go along with your writing, you may. Write about everything you saw on our nature walk. As you can see from this student, they did not focus on form, but they did on content. They wrote about the pretty pink flowers they saw on the nature walk, which was the whole point of the exercise. The teacher wanted them to write about something they saw on the walk that was of interest to them. You can see that this student understood the task and did exactly what the teacher wanted by drawing pretty pink flowers and writing about them. Now, let's look at an example of the personal experience. The teacher is going to have the student look at a picture and then give her a prompt to talk about it. Keep in mind that this student is in first grade. The objective of this mini lesson is, after looking at the picture, the student will be able to tell the teacher a story that relates to the picture using at least 3 sentences. Jenny, look at this picture and tell me a story about it. Whenever you are ready, start talking to me. I'm not really sure what to say about this picture, teacher. Well, Jenny, maybe tell me about what you might do here, or tell me a story about the bench that you see in the picture. Okay, I have an idea. Big green trees fill the forest. A white bench is in front of the trees. A man and a woman will come and sit on the bench.
As Jenny said her sentences, I wrote everything down word for word. I'm going to show you that right now. So she said, big green trees fill the forest. So as you can see, I wrote everything down that she said, word for word, and I continued this with everything that she said, not adding in any words that I thought that would make the sentence make more sense. I wrote down exactly what she told me.
As you can tell from the story that Jenny told, it doesn't make too much sense, but that's okay. The details she provided go along with what's in the picture. She can now revise her work with the teacher and fill in the gaps. The point of the exercise was to get her to tell a story about the picture using 3 sentences, which she did do. She just needs some practice with filling in the details, but that'll all come with practice. The language experience approach is a fun learning strategy to use with younger students who are just beginning to learn about reading and writing. By using experiences, it helps the children to craft ideas and focus on the writing that they are creating based upon their experiences that they have.